So, all that you need is a mat and a wall. We're gonna do a little wall yoga today for our Alive and Shine Center free class. So take a yoga mat, bring it all the way up next to a wall like so. And then stand facing the wall like this. Now bring your hands about chest height on the wall. You could also do this on a tabletop if that's easier. Then bring your right foot about a foot or so away from the wall and giant step your left leg back. So now you have both legs straight, arms on the wall. And if you don't feel a stretch, you can move farther away and bring your hands lower, but no lower than the height of your hips. If it's too much, you can come forward like this and bring your hands up higher, okay? Then, sorry, computer thingy. Okay, and then from here, press down into your feet, lift your quadriceps, and then move the left outer hip forward. Now press into the wall and press your hips away so that your spine can release. Again, press into your feet, lift your quadriceps, and then as you press into the wall, also spread your shoulder blades. Move the hips away from the wall as far as you can. And keep pressing down into the feet and lifting the quadriceps. Now lift your head, look up, bend your front knee, and step your left foot forward so your feet are even. And then step your right leg back. Now press into your feet, lift the quadriceps, and then press your hips away from the wall. Then notice if your right hip is going back. So move it forward, right hip forward. And again, press the feet down. Lift the quadriceps up on both legs so your legs are really straight. And spread the shoulder blades as you push your hips away from your hands. One more breath here. And then bend your knee and step your foot forward. Now we're going to do half forward bend. This is another great one for opening up the hamstrings. So have your hands again on the wall, chest height, and step both feet back, feet about hip distance apart, and then press into the wall, moving your hips away from the wall, like so. Now contract the quadriceps, press into your feet, and then as you spread your shoulder blades, move your hips away from the wall. And let's deepen the stretch a little bit. So bend your knees, and then do a gentle back bend, lifting your sitting bones up. You can look up between your hands. Now keeping this back bend, slowly and gently, breath by breath, start to straighten the legs. You should feel a much deeper stretch in the hamstrings. Keep lifting the sitting bones up, keep spreading the shoulder blades. 2 more breaths. And then lift your head. Step your right leg forward again. Same spot you had it before. Your left leg back. Let's come back into this pose. Right leg forward, left leg back, hands on the wall. This pose is called Arda, Parshavo, Tanasana. And move your left outer hip forward. Press down into your feet, lift your quadriceps. For the upper body, spread the shoulder blades and press your hips away from your hands, relaxing your spine. And now you should feel a stretch in the back of the right leg, and you may also feel it in the calf on the back leg. And now bend the front knee, step the left foot forward, and step the right foot back. And press into your feet, lift your quadriceps up, and move your outer right hip forward. For your upper body, spread your shoulder blades and press your hips away from your hands, letting your spine relax. Okay, now inhaling, look up, bend your front knee, and step forward. This next pose that we're going to do, I love because it really works the quadriceps. It's a wonderful way to really strengthen these muscles right here. So stand with your back to the wall like this. Then walk your feet forward, feet about hip distance apart, and just scooch down the wall. And ideally, you want your thigh bones to be parallel to the floor, but if that's too much, you can come up a little higher. And then just make sure you can see all 10 toes past your knee. If your knee is way bent like this, it's very, very bad for the joint. So you always want to have your feet directly under your knees or a little in front. And then relax your hands. With your feet, press into the floor so that your back is pressing into the wall. Then lift your low belly and relax your shoulders. And we'll be here for just a few breaths. If you need to come out sooner, you can. Otherwise, keep pushing your feet into the floor so your low back goes into the wall, and lift the low belly up. And as soon as you start to feel tension building in your jaw or in your shoulders, just relax. They can't really help you stay up, although they may try. About 3 more deep breaths here. And now slowly walk yourself back up. And relax. So you may have felt some warmth in your legs. You can do this multiple times a day to really build strength in the quadriceps if you'd like. Okay, now let's turn around again and face the wall. We're going to do one more for the legs. This one is Warrior 1, or Virabhadrasana 1, using the wall for support. So take your toes and just put the toes up the wall, but have your toe mounds and the rest of your foot on the floor. Bend your knee and giant step back. So you're in a lunge position with your knee directly over your ankle. Hands about chest height. Now move the outer left hip forward towards your right knee. Sink down towards your front heel without letting the knee come forward to the ankle. And then lift the low belly up so your tailbone starts to point towards your front heel. But not by tucking the pelvis, but by lifting the low belly. And draw your shoulder blades down the back. And inhaling, gently look up as you press into the back heel. And if the heel is off the floor, that's completely fine. Just try to straighten the back leg. If you feel like you want a little extra challenge, you can also bring your arms up into the full pose. One more breath. And then bring your hands back, chest height, and step forward. Now change sides. So bring your left toes up the wall, bend your knee, giant step your right leg back. Make sure your knee is over your ankle. Then move your outer right hip forward towards your left knee. Sink the hips forward and down without letting the knee come forward to the ankle. And bring your hands chest height on the wall. Now lift the low belly up so you're tilting the pelvis upright and stretch back into the back heel. And on your inhalation, draw your shoulder blades down the back and look up. Keep pressing into the back heel. Lift the low belly. And then if you did this on the other side, you are welcome to bring your arms up to attempt the full pose. Keep lifting the low belly. If your arms are up, reach the sides of your waist up through the fingertips. And then bring your hands back to the wall and slowly come out. And now you should feel your legs are very warm, very open and ready to move. Now we're going to move to the upper body. This is one of my favorites for opening up the front of the shoulders. So when we're on the phone or keyboard or anything that brings us forward like this all day, we kind of get this hunchy thing. This undoes the hunch very quickly. So you take your elbow, bring it shoulder height, palm flat like this against the wall. And then just turn around and look, make sure your elbow is the same height as your shoulder. And then come as close to the wall as you can with your chest. And take your left hand and place it on the wall in front of you, just in front of the chest. Now turn your feet so that they are parallel to the wall. The outer edge of your foot is parallel to the wall. And lift your low belly. As you exhale, press your left hand into the wall to twist away, but keep the front of the shoulder as close to the wall as you can. Take 3 deep breaths here. And then when you finish your 3rd breath, slowly turn towards the wall, release your arm, and now feel the difference. This shoulder will feel like it's back and down, and this shoulder will feel like it was before. You can feel that big difference. And now let's even this out, and we'll do the other side. So bring your elbow, shoulder height. The forearm is vertical, palm flat like this, and bring it to the wall. And then bring the front of your shoulder as close to the wall as you can, and just check your elbow is the same height as your shoulder. Take your other hand in front of your chest, and then turn your feet so that the outer edge of your foot is parallel to the wall. Lift your low belly. As you exhale, press into the wall to twist away. Keep the front of the left shoulder as close to the wall as you can. 3 breaths. And then slowly turn towards the wall to release. Now feel both shoulders should feel nice and open, and the chest is much more open. All right, I hope you guys are feeling great. We have one last pose we're going to do. So with your mat at the wall, lie down like this, as close to the wall as you can. Start with your hip next to the wall, then bring your shoulder down and scoot your legs up the wall like this. Both legs straight. Arms can either be a little out to the side, you can bring them overhead with the left hand on top of the right, whatever's comfortable. And then take a deep breath, and as you exhale, completely release your weight down. As the weight of the legs releases, you should go into the pelvis, letting the low back spread wide. Soften your belly. Relax your shoulders and your face. And just focus on your breath for the next minute or so. And then focus back on your breath and take 3 more deep breaths. After your third breath, bend your knees one at a time. Roll onto your right side, and then push yourself up and sit in a comfortable position with your hands in Namaste. Lift your hands up by your ears. Your eyes closed as you exhale, bring your hands together, focusing your mind. When the hands come together, the tips of the thumbs should be at the level of your eyebrows. Inhale. And when you exhale, bring your hands down into Namaste. Imagine a beautiful white light inside. And then think of someone you love, or maybe something you think is really beautiful. Feel how the heart chakra opens as you feel a beautiful feeling. As it opens, imagine a beautiful light right where you're feeling that beautiful feeling. Again, bring your hands up by your ears. Exhaling, bring your hands together, focusing the mind. Inhale, exhaling, turn your focus back to that beautiful feeling, the image of white light in the very center of your chest. Keeping your focus on this beautiful feeling, gently open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, that you feel rejuvenated, a little more energized and focused. And I hope you can come to some classes at Light and Shine Center. And we have classes every day of the week, and all the teachers are so wonderful. I love all of them. So my name again is Angelica Rose. Thank you so much.